Welcome to today's episode of the Abba and Preach podcast. Unfortunately, Wasim couldn't make it today because there's a snowstorm, and he forgot that we had a podcast. so
is it a snowstorm or is it because he forgot?
I would just say snowstorm to save face. So, but it'll be fine. It'll be awesome. We got a lot of topics we want to cover today, so it'll be fun. But I want to dedicate today's episode to Valentine's Day since we're late. I just found out about something yesterday, something called Gyalentines Day.
Gyalentines Day.
Gyal. Me gyal them. So what's Gyalentines Day?
It's just a time that women spend together. And they just say, I love you to each other, I guess. Women do weird stuff.
Yeah.
That's their thing.
Yeah.
It's not all women, of course.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I was at a comedy show and on Valentine's Day, and I was doing a set. And halfway through my set, I was like, "Any Americans in the house?" And these 4 girls just started screaming, "Wow!" Because you know how girls do. I'm like, "Yo, what y'all celebrating today? It's Valentine's. Why are you all 4 women?" And they said, "No, it's Gyalentines Day." So that's when I discovered what it was, and then I roasted them for a couple of minutes, right?
Of course.
Because they were easy targets. White girls who are screaming in a nightclub. Free for all.
Before they do shots.
Free for all. If you want to, listen. So anyways, everyone laughed. It was a good show. And then after the show, the girls were like, "We're going to the strippers. Do you want to come?" And I could tell like one of them was like really like
hungry.
Yeah. Elle avait faim. La soif.
I ain't mad at
the
it.
thirst.
Live your life. That's your thing.
But I felt like if I would have just ran with them, it wouldn't have been Valentine's Day. It would have defeated the purpose.
It would have been. Yeah, no.
It would have defeated the purpose. So I said, "No, I'm not coming with y'all."
It's Gallon One Guys Day. That's what it would have been.
4 girls, 1 cup.
Okay.
So yes, that was my introduction. I'm not a big fan.
A big fan of what?
Valentine's Day. Just the idea
I'm
of
not the big fan of the whole thing. I've never celebrated Valentine's Day ever. Ever.
Yeah.
So.
But Valentine's Day just seems like a very desperate response to be like, "I'm not lonely. I got my girlfriends."
I'm not lonely. I'm with myself.
All them sad ass lonely bitches come out on fucking Valentine's Day posting pictures of them with their vibrators. And I'm just like, boo boo.
You have people.
Yeah. Yeah. Girls posting pictures with vibrators.
That's what that was. Oh, wow. That's what that was about.
Yo, everyone's always trying to pretend like, "Oh, man, on this day, I'm going to compensate." It's like when Christmas runs around, you don't see a bunch of poor people being like, "Look at all the presents I bought." Like, no, bitch, you from a poor family, stay off social media.
You're not going to compensate. You're going to come all right.
Just be poor, B. Just be poor.
Ain't no,
and if you single, be single. Don't have to overdo it.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
Just be.
Buy yourself some chocolate and shut the fuck up.
Buy yourself some chocolate and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's hard to talk when you got chocolate in your mouth.
It's hard to yell when you got your clit in your mouth. Bring your mouth.
He just wanted to fucking do a random.
Absolutely.
That was terrible.
All right. What's the topic today?
You didn't celebrate Valentine's Day?
Huh?
You didn't celebrate Valentine's Day?
I never celebrate Valentine's Day.
Never.
No.
So how do you show your girlfriend you love her?
With my dick? No, it's not that. No, for real. I don't tell me what to do. You know what I mean? Like, don't dictate that I have to do something on the 14th of whatever. I'm not doing it. I'd rather like the June 6th. June 6th is a nice date. But there's nothing on June 6th. So I don't think Valentine's Day is romantic at all. But if I pop up randomly with flowers for no reason, that's what's up. But for Valentine's Day?
Well, I don't think nobody's saying that you have to do it. It's like Christmas, right? You just get together with the family and it's a good time.
It's not the same thing. I get together with the family. Well, like our Christmas hasn't been about Christmas in a long ass time. It's just a time like, you know what? Let's just get together and eat and everything and stuff. Like we don't even have to. We don't.
So you're celebrating family.
Just celebrate family. That's cool.
Right. So you can't just celebrate your girl on Valentine's Day?
No, because usually I'm working on that day. I'm working. I've been working in the food and beverage industry.
Okay.
And it's a big day. So I'm working and I'm making money.
Right. So basically, you're saying it's more important for you to make money than to celebrate your girl.
So eventually, no, on that day, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because so I can bring back money so I can celebrate her later.
But isn't that the same logic that people could use for Christmas?
Sure, absolutely. You can use whatever logic you want. Like, I don't care. This is me. I'm not gonna be like, yeah. I think it's anti-romantic.
You think it's anti-romantic?
It's not romantic. It's very robotic. It's very It's not it's not genuine. It's really not genuine.
Why?
It's not. It's just. It's not. It's a date. Oh yeah, I gotta remember to love you on that date, just to make like everybody. Fuck no, I'm not about that life. I'm just not about it. It's just, and it's me. I'm not judging people that are. Like, if you want to buy chocolates and buy roses and do this and do that, yo, do you? I do not care.
But it's not genuine.
But it's not me. To me, it's not genuine. I wouldn't feel genuine doing it. I'm talking about me right now. If you feel genuine doing it, that's you. I'm not. Ain't none of my business. You know what I mean? They ain't got nothing to do with that. So if you feel genuine doing it, fine. Then that's you. That's your story. Tell it. It's yours. It's your story. So do it. But me, it's no. If one day I'm like, yo, I'm gonna buy flowers, that is more genuine. If I haven't bought flowers for a long ass time. Let me buy flowers for no goddamn reason. As a matter of fact, before we had the Valentines Day, like 2 weeks before, I bought her flowers, big ass, for no reason. Because at that date I was at the market and I saw the flowers and I thought of my girl. I'm like, yo, she'd like it.
Yeah, I get it. You want a humble brag? It's cool.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So to me,
now all the girls are gonna be in the comments. Oh my God, Preach is like such a good,
the ladies in the comment.
Oh my God, Preach is just like so into this girl.
The ladies in the comment, they don't like me. So, and it's fine. I'm good with that. They like you.
They like you.
No, they don't.
They like you.
No, at the beginning, at first, it was they like me at first, and then they realized that Abba had something in it. You know what I mean? And they like you. They really, really. The girls, if you would. You go in the DMs. Oh, the girls, they like you. It's okay. I'm fine with that. I don't need anything because I'm by myself.
You celebrating Valentine's Day?
Valentines Day. What the hell is that? Anyways, no. But for real, no. The girls really like you. That's fine.
Word.
I don't think the girls are gonna be like, yeah.
I've never celebrated Valentine's Day.
Never.
Never.
Maybe because you say Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
A lot of people from the States, they say Valentine's. You're not from the States, but I mean, Valentine's Day.
I don't know. It's just
It's Valentine's.
Never been interested, but I get it. I was just playing devil's advocate before, but I'm not actually interested at all.
I know you're not. I know what you're doing. You always do that. Yeah, but wouldn't that be? Yeah, but nigga, you don't even give a shit. Like, shut the fuck up.
Devil's advocate is fun to play.
But I'm just gonna. I'm gonna go with whatever which you
like.
Doing.
If O.J. Simpson was on trial, I don't want to defend him, just to see if I can beat the case.
Yeah.
That's just how I am.
Just have to find a glove that don't fit.
Exactly. It's like when I was in the military and they told me a rule, I was like, how do I break it?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Find the loophole.
Yeah.
Find you thought you was good, but you're not that good because there's a loop in that.
No. Well, it's time of love right now. It's February, and we're all talking about slavery. And then if we're not talking about slavery, we're talking about buying chocolates for your loved ones.
What were we talking about before?
I always said that too. I felt like the most offensive part about February isn't the fact that it's the shortest or the coldest month when it comes to Black history, but the fact
we get upstaged by love.
But yeah, that's just gross to me.
We get upstaged by Valentine's Day
and discount on chocolate.
We get
discount on chocolate.
We get upstaged
half
by
price off the black stuff.
Which feels
so
like
when you watch The Roots,
you was part of the problem. Because you bought half price black stuff.
Which is basically built from like child slavery up in Africa.
Pretty
but anyways.
Pretty much.
We don't need to go that deep.
But we went. Like, it's deep, but not that deep. But it's that deep because that's what it is.
Yeah. I brought this up to you before, but it's like, so I had a girl message me recently, she's trying to, holla at your boy. And me and her.
That's what I said before. The girls are on your case.
She's not from the circle.
She's not from the circle. What's the circle?
Like the Abba and Preach circle.
Oh, okay.
She, I was doing work. I was doing dirt before I got in this game.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So she's from pre-Abba and Preach.
Abba and Pre.
So
go on.
She hit me up, trying to holler, and I remember what happened when we didn't work out between us. We would have gone on a date, right? And we were talking about, honesty in relationships is so important. And I said, you know what, girl, you right. You right. You loyal.
You really?
Right?
Go on.
And as we're talking, she said, I just want men to just straight up tell me what they want right away. And I was like, word, word. So I was like, yo, can I get in your sugar walls? Because I'm trying to smash, right? And I told her straight up because that's what she wanted. And she was so taken aback and she got flustered. And she went, I can't, but I'm a proper woman, right? And she started talking all this stuff. And I just started chuckling because I knew right then and there that this shit was not going to happen, right?
She's not ready.
She's not ready. She said she wanted honesty. She said she's open to the casual stuff. She's down for it. But all of a sudden now, it was one of those situations where I knew that if I had played the game the right way, I would have scored.
Because there's levels to this shit. There's levels that you have to. Oh, level number 1, barriers down. Level number 2, okay, I beat the boss. Level number 3, you know what I mean? Like there's levels to this shit. But yeah, if you're straightforward.
I mean, there's benefits. The benefits to being straightforward with a lot of ladies is that you waste a lot less time. The downside to being straightforward with is that you waste a lot of ladies. That's the best way I can put it.
That was good.
You gonna lose out on some poom poom.
I gotta give you that one. That was good.
And then there's that middle ground. There's that middle ground where you play the game right, but you don't lie. And you get poom poom, but you also omit certain details.
Like what?
Like when you know a girl wants probably more, hasn't said it, but you know she probably does by the way she looks at you. But you like omit that idea from this conversation just so you could smash. And if she brings it up afterwards, you can be like, "Oh, you didn't say nothing."
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
you knew.
Absolutely.
You knew.
Man, if I get into if I get into the world of dating, if ever I do that, knock on wood, I don't want to, If I get in, I ain't saying shit.
What do you mean?
I ain't trying to be direct like that. Hey, if you want, I'll be here. I'll be here at that time. If you need something, 2020,
yeah,
liberate a woman.
Yeah,
hoeing is a new black. Do your thing. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna shame you. If you need something, I'll be there. I'll be there. But I'm not gonna go and try to, hey, yo, what's up?
You're not making the first move?
Fuck all of that shit.
it's crazy. Nobody's making the first move. That
I
shit's
ain't
over.
moving. No, if you want something, but I didn't know you want. No, if you want something, you tell me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go. If I'm gonna tell you like, yo, you wanna go eat? I'm gonna go eat. We're gonna go. Yo, you wanna go eat? Yes, let's go eat. But I'm not doing nothing after that.
right.
I'm gonna set the table. Bring the meat. Bring the meat. But I'm not gonna start to eat. If it's like a vampire thing. I'm not gonna go in if I'm not invited. Or
I feel you.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see how this thing is going, and now I hear your stories and you guys' stories. I'm like, yo, this dating world is dumb shit.
Yeah.
It's dumb. I'm not.
Well, I mean, now men are only interested in putting in the minimal amount of effort. So now dudes are trying to slide in the DMs.
You know why? And you know why? Because doing the most work doesn't give you any benefits. You get more bad than you don't.
It's not true. I don't think it doesn't give you any benefit. You definitely score more. Listen, I can assure you that the few times that I have decided in this last couple of years to go up to a woman, that she's been so taken aback by it that she's like, oh. So women do like that kind of boldness.
And that's not even, they probably like it, but there's a lot of risk.
Sure.
There's a lot of risk of being called this and being called that. You know what I mean? I'm not taking that risk. You want something, come and get it. If you don't, that's it. I mean, anyways, yo, you know what? Man, been taking so many L's and women haven't. You take a few L's. It would be in your benefit and your best interest to take a couple of L's.
But I want to be chased.
You want?
I want to be chased.
You talk about a girl. The girl saying that.
I think both. I mean, you sound like you want to be chased.
I because I don't see the. I don't want to put the effort because.
So you want to be chased?
No, it's not because I want to be chased. It's just I don't want to have to deal with that shit.
Right.
Not because I want to be chased. I don't necessarily want to be chased. It's just, and actually.
Well, how do you want to get laid if you're single? If you're not going to put forth the effort, you want to be chased.
Bro, I haven't figured that part out. I haven't. I really haven't. It's just that the way I say.
You got to pick something, bro. Either you do the advancing or you get chased. It's one or the other. You can't. There's no stalemate where both of you just staying still and you fuck each other.
Yeah, you do that because I do this thing there. It's just like it's a special thing from India.
So you want to be chased?
You know what? Yeah, fuck it.
Say it.
If you got something and you want something, I'll be here. I'll be here. But other than that,
yeah.
No, because it's. You think all this dating shit is easy peasy lemon squeezing? It's not. It's not.
I've started doing this thing called ethical dating.
What?
It's basically where when I date, because this is gonna sound fucked up, and you want to talk about women not having responsibilities, but women oftentimes are so irresponsible with their own wants and needs that I have to take into consideration what they want and what they need versus how they act.
Yes. And that's what I don't want.
Because they're not emotionally responsible enough to act in a way that's in accordance with what they want. That they'll take things that they don't want in the hopes of getting what they do want. Did that make sense?
Yeah, because they always romanticize things that they don't want.
Yeah, they think they can change stuff.
And they romanticize things that they don't want into things that they want.
That's right.
Hopefully, well, if it's going to happen. And that's how they get deception. See, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because women lie to themselves all the time. Yeah. Or if they're not lying to themselves, they live in such a delusion that when reality strikes, it hits them hard. Yeah. Right? And so I can see their reality, but the reality that we share between us, she doesn't share that. She's in a delusion.
Yeah, the romance, and that's the thing.
I've been suckered into relationships. Okay. I was seeing a girl for 8 months, realized I didn't want this girl to be the mother of my kids. I'm not going to say that, but I just basically told her I didn't want us to keep seeing each other. You know, I didn't want us to get into a more serious relationship than what we already had, you know, even though we were exclusive. And she started crying, and she started putting on the waterworks. And, you know, for all the shit that we talk here, at the end of the day, I'm still someone who doesn't want to see someone sad, and I don't want to see them in a bad position. But I'm also trying to be responsible. So I told her, I get it, it hurts, but, like, this is what's necessary. And then she said, it's fine. We could just be casual. We don't have to be in a committed. And I'm like, boo-boo, you don't want that.
That's a trap.
Right?
That is a trap.
You don't want that.
That is a trap. That is, oh my
That's
God.
Desperation.
That is a trap. You know damn well what's going to happen with that. That means
right. Because in her head, she's thinking, we're so good together. We can figure this out. We can fix this, right? That's how she's thinking.
If you break a relationship with someone and you're like, yeah, let's not, we're not doing, and the person goes like, yeah, but we can still, don't.
No. It's a waste of time.
Because they're going to be in the hopes of something happening and it's going to fuck them. If you break a relationship for XYZ reason, break it off.
I agree.
Don't be, yeah, but we can still, and it's okay.
Don't waste your time.
Don't.
So that started happening, and I caved, and I was like, all right, we'll just do that. And I had to watch this girl for almost a year just tear herself up because of the fact that we weren't in a relationship. And I had to tell her a second time, and she cried even worse than the first time. And after that, I just started practicing this thing called ethical dating, where...
Ethical dating.
Yeah, I just invented it right now.
I'm mad at you, but go ahead. Explain to us what ethical dating is. Where
if you're the person in the dynamic who's more emotionally intelligent, you have to be responsible for both parties. Even though I recognize this is an adult I'm speaking with, and she should be in charge of her, most ladies are not that way.
Wow.
And look, y'all can be in the comments like, maybe if you weren't with some base, listen. A lot of women think they're not that way, and then they get into a relationship and they're like, I can't believe he doesn't want to date me. He hurt my feelings. Bitch, you the same. How many women have a complaint like, I couldn't believe he did this? Because you're not living in reality. You're living in delusions.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, though.
They're not. They're not living in reality. Women are like, I don't understand men. Because you don't want to. You have an idea and you want to make men fit that. But when they don't, you're like, I don't get them. It's like you're not seeing them for what they are.
You're seeing them with the romance. It's really the romance that kills.
It's like trying to turn a Chihuahua into a fucking Rottweiler. It's not going to happen.
No
matter how loud you make him bark.
No matter how what?
How loud.
Oh, okay. That's not what I heard.
What? What'd you hear?
I heard no matter how halal you make it dark. I'm like, what?
There's nothing halal about dogs, my nigga. There is nothing.
Like what?
You know it's actually haram to kiss a dog?
Yeah, there's a lot of haram things that they do.
Yeah, because dogs are dirty.
Those
But anyways.
infidels.
But yeah, so I had to start being the responsible one for the both of us.
I'm mad at you. Like I understand the ethical dating. That takes a whole lot amount of self-awareness to, it takes a whole lot of self-awareness to understand who you are in a relationship and what is the dynamic of the relationship. Like for me, example, I know I'm the one. I'm not my girl. I deal better with deception than my girl does. So whenever she proposes activities and stuff like that, I'm a yes, sure kind of guy because I'm not going to get disappointed as easily as she is.
Okay.
So if I decide to do something, there's some parameters that she's not going to like, right? I can tolerate much more than she can in terms of that.
Right.
So I'm a yes, sure kind of dude. So I'm not going to fuss. The point is the point is to be with that person, not exactly what we're doing.
Right.
Whereas that person is going to be a bit more, this was not the best, or this was not this, and this. I pretty much don't really care. You
Right.
go to a restaurant, if we have a shitty meal, well, that was a shitty meal.
Right.
We were together through that shitty meal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm going to be able to deal with that deception and that not deception, but that deception is not that word.
Disappointment.
Disappointment. Thank you
you've
very
been
much.
saying deception this whole time, and I've been confused. But
deception
I know
is
what you
something
mean.
else, but I said it like deception in front.
You said it like from the Lion King. Deception,
I don't know.
disgrace.
I don't know.
These are the feelings. It's the hyenas.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
The hyenas when they start doing their
I
song.
don't know what you're talking about.
All right, it's all right. My niggas know over here. Keep
Yeah,
going.
probably. Yeah, it's okay.
You don't seem like a Disney child.
I was a Disney child, but I fell off real quick. Like I was like, okay, the Lion King, yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
whatever.
No, if you fell off, then you're not a Disney child.
Yeah, there's a lot.
You can't just say whatever to the Lion King, my nigga.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Okay.
All right. That's
You
it. Let's end the story. There's
you
no like conversation.
You just mad
There's
because,
no- there's
you
no-
just mad because you're from Africa.
You don't like Mulan? You just mad because you Chinese, ho.
That's right. You just
That's
you know,
some dumb shit.
if there was some Haitian fucking Disney movie, I'd be like, yeah, you can't talk shit about Jean Baptiste. You can't.
The irony is that Lion King is not even that popular in Africa.
I know it's not
No, it's a white people, Western world kind of thing.
kind of Africa.
Yeah.
Because that lion would have eat that.
Yeah, we don't
them
fuck
two.
with that shit. I remember fucking when most of the kids was watching. Nah, I don't want to even get into it. But you were talking about your girl in deception.
That's pretty much it. Disappointment.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
You can handle it better. So
Yeah,
you know that
disappoint.
you know that's your role in the relationship.
Disappoint. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay. Like and fine with it. This doesn't affect me.
Right.
Like it doesn't affect me as much. See, so but that's the thing. You have to know who you are in the relationship and what you do, and that can change. That can shift.
But you know, it's also more than that. It's also a matter of like you can know who you are, but you also got to be somewhat sympathetic and want, because like a lot of guys know who they are in the dynamic. They know exactly what the girl's going through, but they
don't.
I didn't do nothing wrong, so it's her problem.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not going to tell those dudes that they're inherently bad or anything like that, but if you know this situation is going to hurt her and you know she's not emotionally responsible enough to handle that, then don't do it.
Don't do it.
It's easier for me now in my older age because of the fact that I'm not like governed all the time by my hormones like I was when I was younger, you know, but
Yeah, and also you're getting old, so you have less hormones. All right.
no, just more discipline. Trust me, my hormones, no. With the amount I masturbate every day, fuck, there's no way. But anyways.
Jeez, thanks. Thanks for that. Thanks for sharing.
No, you question me, nigga. Don't question my hormones and then the truth
It's just
comes.
a fact.
Exactly.
You don't have the same hormones as you had when you were 19 or 18. That's a fact. That's just a fact. No matter how much you masturbate, that's okay. That's your little kink. Okay, I ain't mad at that. But you don't have the same hormones levels as you had when you were 18.
How do you know?
or
Have you
19.
tested my hormones?
It's just like,
How do you know?
It's less likely.
Okay, there you go. There you go. That's a better answer. Don't say is when it's less likely.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. You're looking like a less likely.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
either. Yeah. You look like a less likely.
Okay.
It's your mango head shaped ass.
With your mango head shaped ass. Okay.
Yeah. So
Prune face.
I'll take that. I've never even had a prune.
Yeah. You got a prune face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, why eat a prune when you are a prune?
Sure, that made no sense, but okay.
Why would you eat a prune if you are one?
We don't have to go into there, try to make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's okay. Move on.
Bruv, don't just dismiss what I say.
That's what you do. You are the dismisser. I'm not, but that made no sense.
Right after dismissing me, you're the dismisser. That's what you do. You're dismissed.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's not me.
It's okay. I'll accept it because I'm used to disappointment.
The petty levels.
I'm used to disappointment. So,
because you're a disappointment.
I think a lot of my exes would agree. I think a lot of them would probably disagree.
They disagree?
No, they would agree.
They would agree. Yeah, he's a disappointment. That's because of the romance. You romance Ava, but you didn't take him from who he was. You romanced him thinking that he was going to be something else. You could change him. You can't change him. Yeah.
It's unfortunate for them.
It is.
It's unfortunate for them. Every time people bring up like male privilege and female privilege and like, what do you think? Do you feel like male privilege is a myth? And I'm like, I don't think it's a myth, but I definitely think that men have the better end of the stick by far in society.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, how do you know this? And I'm like, because I think about being reborn right now, and if I had to choose between being a man or a woman, I choose man every single time.
Of course.
Yeah, I know. Now, as far as skin color, I might switch it up. Test different. If I have a full life as a black man, would I want to come back as something different? I'll probably come back as something different.
Yeah.
I'd switch it up. If like I'm thinking about RPG character creation,
Yeah.
I'll probably change up a couple things. But if you technically change genders, nah, that's not gonna happen for me, my dude.
No.
Never. I would not change. I would not want to live life as one. Because I think of the flexibility that we have in life as men. Getting married later on, having children whenever we pretty much want.
Peeing standing up.
No periods. If you're born ugly, you can just get successful and fix everything. Like there's a lot of flexibility for us to improve things. Whereas women, your hand you get dealt is the hand that you get dealt.
But they got a lot of options though. If you're ugly. Other than that,
if you're ugly, they got a lot of options?
Yeah, they got a lot of options.
What do you mean?
They're ugly. If a woman is ugly, they have a lot of options to fix that. And that's how. And it shows you how in society they're viewed and how their beauty is viewed. Because, man, there's not so much, as many options as women if you're ugly. If you're ugly for a man, you're ugly for a man. You could grow a beard or shave. That's pretty much it.
When you say they have options, what do you mean by that?
If you're ugly, you could make up. You could do a bunch of things to you that man can't necessarily do.
But the ceiling is very low on that. Meaning, if you're a 3, you can get up to a 5.
Still, if you're a 3 man,
you can go up to a 10.
It's not gonna be your looks. It's gonna be based on something else.
But we can't define it by looks because, again, that's what I'm talking about. Flexibility. It doesn't have to be about looks.
True.
You can't make that parallel. Men don't need to be good looking.
True. Men don't mean. You're right.
They don't need to be good looking.
Yeah.
It's not a necessity. Yeah. So that's what I mean. I talk about flexibility.
Yeah.
I mean, what? Ladies got makeup and stuff. They can go up 2 points. That's their ceiling. Flavor Flav can go up 10 points. That's Flavor Flav.
I've seen that.
Yeah. I've seen some busted ass dudes go up mad points because they charming and they got cash. It's like that video that we watched about that girl who gets mad because she got rejected by an ugly dude. The audacity.
Yeah.
Well, bitch, he was fucking you, wasn't he? All these girls want to talk shit about Ed Sheeran's, right? Ginger McGoogleson, right? They want to talk ish about my boy, right? But he playing that guitar, ain't he? You paying $90 to go see tickets. You trying to slide in backstage. He's smashing, right?
Yeah, because he love you for the shape of you. But at the end of the day,
that's the only song I know from him too. I don't know none of his music.
At the end of the day, he smashed you too.
Yeah. You want to see him and Ed Sheeran. You know what I mean? He came through and he did his thing.
Anyways,
so all this to say, What?
How long is this camera gonna last?
No, don't worry, it's gonna be fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I just because of that, like, it's clear to me, like, I wouldn't want to bleed once a month and have cramps, and that's on the low end. Some girls got crazy periods.
Hormones.
Yo,
The hormones.
Their periods, they're debilitated.
I know.
I know girls who have to take time off work.
I know. I've seen that.
Every month, bro.
I've seen that.
Every month.
And the hormones that kick in.
Because I get it. Like, once a month, my phone bill comes in. I'm like, ugh. Imagine that, but like times 10. Right. You know what I mean? Imagine that, but times 10. Imagine if your $50 phone bill was $300 randomly, and you know.
And it came with a pack of hormones.
And you horny.
Before.
And you so horny, but guys are like, ew. So now you're just in the worst place. Like, if I had a giant boner that I couldn't just masturbate.
You can't.
That's rough. I
simply get enough. You just can't. There's not enough you can do. That's fucked up.
No, it's not an easy.
No, it's not easy. It's not an easy road. I'm gonna sing all the goddamn songs.
You want to do? Yeah. No. You're right. It's not an easy road.
It's crazy. Yeah,
I wouldn't want to go through that.
No,
I'm definitely avoiding all
ladies out there. Force à vous.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, any topics you want to bring up?
You want to answer some questions or not?
No, we're not doing this here.
What should we talk about? I can't wait for the summer.
Why?
Oh man, but the summer here.
Yeah.
Montreal, the people from the States, if you listen to us, you want to come to Montreal in the summer.
Yeah.
Everybody that's from the States that come here in the summer, they're like, oh, I did not know.
I run Airbnbs, and so my guests are always like,
I did not know.
The women.
Yeah. Even the women are like, the women.
Yeah.
Even the girls.
And I'm like, you gay? And they're like, no.
But am I switch?
Will Smith. Hey, switch.
Punk ass song.
Yo, listen, man. This city changed my life.
Oh, it changed. It changes.
And people take it for granted when they live here. And I'm like, nigga, dumb nigga, move.
And
go see what it's like.
Go
see what it's like.
Just travel.
Go take public transport in Toronto. Tell me it's not the ugliest people you've ever seen. Tell me.
And the ones that look good, they entitled to some shit. Like, I'm this here. It's some. You can talk to people.
Yo, you can talk to people. They got lives. Because they got financial flexibility and they out here fucking because they sexually liberated. God praise feminism and the man who invented it. And I'm gonna say this: I love living here.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It is. Yeah. So I can't wait for the summer. Riding the bike, bro.
Your motorcycle?
Whew.
Just say motorcycle. Don't say bike. Because it's not clear to people.
It's not clear to people.
No.
My motorcycle.
Yeah. I have a bicycle.
Oh yeah, that. You have a bicycle. I got a bike.
You have a motorcycle.
I have a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Riding that, that's fun. That is just But my plates are gonna come up this year. They're gonna go up again. They do not want us to have sports bike here though.
Sports bike?
They don't want us to have that.
Why?
Accidents. They don't know how to rule that. They don't know how to. They don't know how to. They want to lower the accidents. It's like,
how do you deal with the risk factor?
What risk factor?
Like being on a motorcycle and like the risk to your life.
It is what it is. Just be vigilant.
Because you've been in car accidents when people are being dumb
I
fucks.
was out in a car accident coming here.
Right. So my whole point being is like,
the guy that missed his red light and I had to bump into him.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we're not going fast. I was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? I didn't see you. That's your job. You didn't see me because you were not looking.
Yeah. Yeah. So but on a motorcycle, it's even more deadly.
Yeah.
So how do you accept that?
I just do. Just one life to live. Let's go. Let's go.
If he dies, he dies.
If I die, I die.
Really?
Knock on wood.
There's just certain things I think I won't do, knowing like the risk. Like I can handle my motorcycle, my bicycle, because there's bike lanes, so I know I'm gonna be good. Because motherfuckers are not just veering into bike lanes randomly.
Yeah, I understand that.
So I can live with my own lane.
But it's still a lot of risk doing a bicycle. Like car drivers are dumb here.
That's my whole point.
They're dumb, but even for you on a bike.
But that's why I stick to the bike lanes.
So
you know what I mean? I'm not biking alongside cars.
At least you know what? Like if I gotta escape a situation,
right?
I don't have to rely on my legs.
Right.
I'm not saying I don't need my legs. I'm just saying it's not my legs doing the power.
Right.
If I gotta swerve something
Right.
and I need power, I need to take on my power. If I don't have enough power, that's just me. It's just, and that's why I took a powerful bike.
Yeah.
I just twisted,
Just boom, you're
and
gone.
go.
Yeah.
If I got, and I had like semis going in various, and I'm like, hey, I'm the smallest thing on this road.
Yeah.
So it's either I brake, but then the person before I brake faster than the person behind me, or I gun it. And you have that split second to make that decision.
Right.
So I gun it. Wow. And I have the power to gun it.
Right.
So it's just, and that I'd be lying if there was not a little bit of adrenaline in that. So I'm a little bit of adrenaline junkie.
Right.
I love
Do you think you're ever going to put your bike away?
No.
What about when you have kids?
No.
No?
No.
Interesting.
No, I'm not putting my bike away. Mm-mm.
You don't think that's a little irresponsible,
No.
knowing that you have a child?
No.
Why not?
Because I mean, I don't ride it in a way that is just erratic. I mean,
But you recognize that there's a high risk. Shouldn't you take
there's
every
a high
precaution?
risk. There's a high risk driving my car. There's a high risk. There's a high risk of a lot of things. There's a high risk being in the city. Don't you think it's irresponsible to raise kids in the city? There's a higher risk of everything in the city.
But I don't think you can compare the risk of a motorcycle to, you know what I mean? Like there's differences. There's level.
I understand.
I'm pretty sure if I looked up the mortality rate for bicycles versus everything else you mentioned, it's way higher.
Of course.
Right. And so
but I'm just saying,
like you got a kid and you want to raise that kid.
yeah.
Right. But you also recognize that you're doing something that may take you away from your family and not being able to provide for them.
Yeah, I understand.
You don't feel responsible for that?
That's why I got insurance.
Life insurance?
That's why I got life insurance.
Really?
Because they're gonna be taken care of.
That makes sense.
If something happens, at least they're gonna be taken care
I
of.
meant
So if
that.
I decide to make that decision and I do the proper things to, at least if something happens to me, they're gonna be good. Then they're gonna be good.
Well, I mean, definitely from a financial standpoint, I can't deny that's responsible. But, you know, at the end of the day, they're still missing their father.
Shit happens. If it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing. I can't go and stop on that just because I gotta stop living.
I mean, it's not stop living, but I mean, at the end of the day, you don't feel that's a tad bit selfish?
Yes. Yes, I'm thinking about me. Absolutely. I'm thinking about me. That's not I don't think there's a problem with that. You know what I mean? I can think about me, so I will. You know what I mean? I got to think about me. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm going to forget everything about my kid, or I'm not saying that it's just that. Look, there's a level to this. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that, no, I got to forget everything and just forget my kids and, fuck that kid.
Right.
No, but that, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to choose what I'm going to do.
Because I know athletes who quit sports, who quit like combat sports because they have kids and they're like, I don't want to have any difficulties raising my child. Like, I've got enough money, I'm going to cash out.
I understand. I understand. I respect that.
Yeah.
And maybe my opinion is going to change once that happened. But I mean, it's not like I'm driving crazy. It's not like I'm looking at the rates of it. I'm looking at what it is. I mean, if I go on a vacation and then, there's a waterfall and you can jump off the waterfall, am I going to be like, yeah, but, I might break my shit if I dive in?
Well, it depends. If, like, people break their shit pretty regularly, I'm not jumping. You know what I'm saying? It really comes down to what's smart. If there's shark-infested waters in fucking Australia, but a lot of people go swimming, no problem. But some people die.
Yeah.
I'm not going in that water.
Yeah.
That's me, though. But I get everyone has their different lines and their different.
Yeah, I know. Like, Yeah, it's to me.
Yeah.
It's not that much of a bad. It's not that much of a thing. It's not. It's not that bad. So I would take the risk.
I'm mad at you.
That's not a problem. The same way, like, yeah, if I got money, I'm gonna buy a fast car. I'm not gonna drive faster. But whenever I need, I'm gonna drive the same.
I don't know too many niggas who don't get a really fast car.
I'm gonna drive the same speed. It's gonna take me less time to get to that speed.
If I had to buy I'd buy a Tesla.
Oh yeah, I rode a Tesla.
Yeah.
I put the deposit on the pickup.
Yeah.
Of course.
Really?
Cause it's just to give me
a goal.
A goal.
I'm mad at you.
So I put the deposit. It's $100 and 100% refundable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it comes out in 2021. So I got that time, and I drove the Tesla. Yeah. So the Tesla 3.
Yeah. No, it's a great car.
Bruh.
And I like the idea, so I support it. I would definitely.
I've never been. And you know what? The pickup truck, the one that I want, 1,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
A range.
Yeah. It's impressive. And here's the thing. It's also when it turns on and you don't hear nothing, that's a silent killer.
I know.
I remember I got in a car with a girl who had a fucking electric car, and she pressed that button, and it just started, and I couldn't hear nothing, and she started moving, and I got an erection. I'm like, I want to fuck you right now.
Same.
And I've never been in
girl?
a girl. I want to fuck the car too. But
No, but it's just that power. Boom, okay? So you see that power that you have, that what you felt in the Tesla. That's me on the bike.
yeah, but Tesla's just safer. That's the difference. But
It
I get you the
but
power. I
the-
get you what
but
you're saying.
that acceleration, that sound, that when I start my bike up, and then people are probably gonna ask, "Oh, what is preach riding?" I have a 2010 Hayabusa, Suzuki Hayabusa.
Hayabusen.
It's stupid, but yeah, that's my beat. It's a 2010 Hayabusa, black. That and it's a big bike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I like that. I really.
I fuck with it, man. I fuck with it. I don't have a car. I don't have a bicycle, and that's it. But I also live in a city where public transport is super accessible, and I'm very fortunate. And I'm getting to a point with my finances where I can just afford to take a cab if I need it whenever without fucking being like, oh, my money. So
It's just really because I do gigs outside of town.
yeah.
And sometimes I go biking with my friends and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel you. All right, I'm going to probably raise this dilemma that I have.
Go ahead.
I wish that I was more... You know, I talked about ethical dating before.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I was more righteous. I'm righteous when it comes to stand-up comedy.
What do you mean?
Meaning everything is about ethics. Everything is about doing things a proper way.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And
I'm very strict with that.
And when you're dating, you're
Like-
a piece of shit.
Not necessarily. Like, even when it comes to dance, I'm very righteous in regards to how I approach it. I really believe in the foundation that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm by the book in regards to how I approach it. I'm doing it righteously. When it comes to dating, I'm sympathetic in terms of like the other person's feelings, but I don't do it righteously. I'm very undisciplined in terms of how much I do it and with who. Does that make sense?
No.
Meaning I'm not aspiring to something bigger when I date.
And
When I do stand-up, when I do dance, I'm aspiring to something bigger.
but do you care about people's feelings?
I do. When I date, I don't want them to be hurt, but I'm not.
When you're doing stand-up, do you care about their feelings?
I care about them getting something out of it, for sure.
But do you care about their feelings?
I
If
don't-
their feelings are going to be hurt. They got something out of it, but then they catch that and just got hurt. They just got hurt.
But what's the parallel? I don't understand what the point is. That doesn't mean I'm not doing it righteously.
Okay.
You can do things righteously and people still get their feelings hurt,
Fair.
right? It's like if I give a righteous speech and it's inspiring a lot of people, there may be people who will be like, this is making me want to work hard. I don't like it or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always going to be people like that. So
Well,
I can't judge.
so what's wrong with your relationship? With the relationship part?
I'm not aspiring to something bigger.
Because you just want to fuck.
Yeah.
And that's not righteous.
No.
Your well-being is not.
It's not well-being. It's just cravings. That's not righteous.
Okay.
It's like when you do stand-up and you going for shitty jokes. And you know you got something more in you, but you're just going for the laugh rather than the joke.
So would it be more righteous if the person didn't have anything more in them?
What do you mean?
Because you said that if you're going for shitty jokes and you know you have more in you, if you don't have more in you and you just have shitty jokes, would it be more righteous?
Maybe. But I feel like everyone has more in them. I feel like everyone, they just don't know how to get there. But I feel like, because I've seen people who I thought had nothing in them and then they found something.
Okay.
I've seen people turn it around from nothing to something.
So you want to date righteously? I don't think.
With purpose and
I
intent.
don't think you need to do everything righteously. Like
No, I agree.
Like,
Well, I don't eat righteously.
no, sometimes you're not even hungry. You just
No.
I want to eat because I want to have a purpose. No, I want to have I
No.
want to be full. No, sometimes you eat because that thing tastes good.
Right.
That's it. Same
Right.
thing for the pum pum.
Right.
You take it because not because you need it, but because the thing good. The thing good.
Sure.
And that's it. I mean, I don't. And
But
why?
there's-
But why is it a problem?
Because there's a liberation that you feel towards doing things righteously.
Eventually, it's gonna happen. You said you wanted to get married, right?
Right.
When that happens, that will happen, and then it'll be that. But for now, I think the path to a righteous ending doesn't have to be righteous. Like your path while you get there doesn't never need to be righteous.
But your actions should be in line with where you want to go. I can't say I'm trying to go north towards righteousness and I'm running south. It's taking me away from my goal.
But at some point, if you go south enough, you're gonna go north.
Yeah. That was good.
That
was good.
Then that's what I'm saying. At some point, yes, you're
you-
taking the long route. You're taking the long route, but you're taking a route. Before you get there, you got to do you at some point.
Well, listen, you only go back north if you believe the earth is round. But if you believe it's flat, you just fall off the edge and you die.
And if you die, you die. But that was a wonderful journey, wasn't it?
Just became a flat earther just to debunk your fucking metaphor. I'm not mad. It was really good.
No, I mean what it means is just that yeah.
No, but at some point you have to start taking the actions in order to be righteous. It can't just be something that you end up doing through debauchery.
So are you done with debauchery?
That's my problem. I'm not.
So that's not a problem.
That is a problem.
It is.
Because inside of me, I know I want to be aspiring to something more. I just don't have the discipline to do it. I'm disciplined in a lot of stuff. When it comes to this work shit, discipline.
Absolutely.
When it comes to my dance shit, discipline. When it comes to stand up, discipline. Then I get to like women, and I'm like, I'll take everything.
You a hoe.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah. Big time.
And there's nothing wrong with being a hoe.
There is.
Really?
There is.
Because eventually you don't want to be a hoe.
It's just a lack of discipline.
It's
a lack of discipline.
Bro,
listen,
you're
a life of discipline is always superior.
Listen, you're gonna be a hoe, and at some point you're gonna find that one person you're gonna be a hoe with. You're gonna be a hoe only to that person.
Daddy loin. Daddy loin.
I just want to call you a hoe.
Yeah.
You the hoe. What? You the hoe. What? You the hoe. Ho aber you the hoe.
I see like a lot of athletes who do the hoeing and then something happens. Take Kobe Bryant, for example, and his infidelity.
Yeah.
Potentially more, according to some people. And then that whole case and that incident, that lack of discipline that he had, he had that change in his life. And then from there, you just saw how things continuously improved from being disciplined, the kind of freedom and the joy that he felt. Mm-hmm. I think we always say, yo, do what you want, do what you want. And I don't disagree. I think everyone should have the right to do what they want. But if we're talking about what's good for you and what's bad, I'll always err on the side of discipline. Because discipline is freedom. When you are not a slave to your cravings, you're always going to feel better.
Did you find that person that you don't want to be a hoe with? I mean, the person that you only want to be a hoe.
Well, this is not a binary choice. This is not like either I hoe it up or I have the person I always want to be with. It can be also I either do things righteously, meaning I don't do hoeing, and I wait till something good comes along. I don't have to hoe it up while I'm doing that. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
go ahead, say the dumb shit you want to say. Go say it, nigga.
hoe it up, hoe it up.
There you go. There it was.
This is how you fall out. No, I see what you're saying. You don't have to be a hoe and no, I see what you're saying. You don't have to be a hoe and no, I see what you're saying. You don't have to be a hoe and no, I see what you're saying. You don't have to be a hoe and no, I see what you're saying. You don't have to be a hoe and no, I see what you're saying. You don't have to be a hoe and no, I see what you're saying. You don't have to be a hoe and no, I see what you're saying. You don't You don't have to be a hoe and no, I see what you're saying. You don't, but you don't have to be a hoe and 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 you don't have to be a hoe and